And we're back for another episode of the Hand of Glory. This is episode 2. So I do hope you have been enjoying this episode. So let's get on with it. Okay, so we're just picking up the paper now. And let's have a quick look.
Despite Burton's timely intervention, Ramos was able to disappear into the night and not get caught. At least now the public knew his real identity. A man would struggle to move freely.
So I do hope you did enjoy the last episode, by the way. So this is episode 2. I pretty much ended it straight on the episode on where it ended pretty much, and then you start off pretty much where you've just seen in the bedroom.
The leading story dealt with the disappearance of a young girl, the daughter of a certain Mulzberg. Apparently, he was one of the richest and most powerful men in the city. Nevertheless, I had never heard of him before. The journalist was doubting the real disappearance of the teenager, assuming she was a runaway instead. I wonder what clues she could have had that led to such speculation. The leading story, apparently he was the journalist was...
Pretty much I think that's pretty much it, really.
The envelope sticking out didn't have a... And I just received yet another letter from Blowtorch.
So it definitely escaped Blowtorch.
I immediately noticed the strange seal with which it had been secured, but I would think about that later. With a trembling hand, I set out to pull out the letter. On the paper was an address and a series of meaningless numbers. Nothing else. Ramos was giving me an appointment in a West Miami alley, but that wasn't the most absurd thing. The most absurd thing is that I'd probably have gone. So Ramos was back after just a few hours on the run, ready to pick up our challenge where it left off. In the meantime, the Miami Harbinger was publishing news about the disappearance of the Mulzberg scion that occurred the night before. What if she was the victim chosen by Blowtorch? I should seek out more information. The morning news was being aired right then. Maybe there was still time to catch the final minutes of it.
Right, so we've got to find a remote.
What the hell was my remote control?
And then
the universal remote control, the best of the worst.
let's try and turn on the TV. I know it's not going to work straight away.
That TV had every possible function, including toasting bread, but not a bloody damn power button. I needed the remote control if I wanted to turn it on. The TV didn't turn on. The batteries were probably dead, and the closest retailer was half an hour away by foot. Damn batteries. There must be some way to give you even a little boost.
And if you're quite intelligent, you probably would have seen the poster straight away. And how cold.
The poster claimed that the cold filled you with energy. I wondered if that was true. I always preferred the sea to the mountains.
So then now what we've got to do is put the batteries in the magnet.
It kept the device thermostat held in position. Removing it would drop the temperature as low as it could go. But, alright. I rarely ate the junk food in my fridge anyway.
Right, so then let's put the...
I read somewhere once that a dead battery could regain a small amount of energy in an extremely cold environment.
So you can also do this with old hard drives as well.
Could it be true? This story of batteries recharging in the cold? Hey, maybe that's what igloos are. Huge batteries shaped like houses. Oh, that would explain why Eskimos wear gloves, to prevent electric shocks.
Yeah, so you can also do this with old hard drives that are failing.
It was time to discover if my limited physics knowledge would help me or not.
That, if you put them in like a bag, and you put them in the freezer for a while.
The house of famous tycoon Kathrin Mulzberg, where an attempted break-in was reported last night. No statement has been released either from the police or the family, so the specifics of the offense are still shrouded in mystery. The only detail that has been leaked so far is some strange graffiti drawn on the front of the mansion, probably left by the same individual or group that attempted the late-night illegal entry. As you can see behind me, the symbol appears to have been applied using an enormous quantity of blood, perhaps of a human nature. We await confirmation on the origin of the liquid, with hopes that it isn't the blood of young Kathrin Mulzberg. Stay tuned to this network for further developments. From Gwendolyn Pratt, back to you in the newsroom.
That symbol on the wall. I saw it even before that swine of a hack opened her mouth. It was identical to the seal on the letter I had just received. I had no doubt anymore. Blowtorch was pulling out all the stops to finish our challenge in style. I toyed with the idea of contacting Burton to bring him up to speed on the situation, but I scrapped that thought. If I could close the case myself, my superiors would be forced to reinstate me into the department. Was it really worth the risk of falling straight into a trap? Or was I kidding? I was never the kind of man to back down from a challenge, no matter how dangerous it may be. It was high time to let the world see what I was worth. I wouldn't be remembered as the detective that let one of the worst serial killers in the history of Miami slip away.
Right, so pretty much now, what we've got to do is just have a quick search around his house.
With blood and sweat, I had completed that collection of action figures when I was a kid. After Green Dart, it was my biggest triumph.
And then, yeah, so talking about...
I didn't want anything from the bar. I barely drank, especially when I was working on a case.
So I was talking about hard drives. Yeah, if you put them in a freezer, you can actually get a few minutes worth of data off them. So if you have
Bobby was down there for a reason, to protect me from nightmares.
any
I'd remove it only in case of extreme need.
hard drives.
Bobby was down there for... I'd remove it...
There we go, let's get out of here. Right, so let's have a look in the nightstand.
The cell phone was inside the nightstand, comfortably resting in the underwear drawer. When I bent down to pick it up, I found myself looking at my parents' photograph. Mom and Dad, on holidays in Greece during their honeymoon. Dad with his typical sly look, Mom with an unlikely 80s rock star hairstyle. We always used to make fun of her for that juvenile look. How long had it been since I left Italy? And them. Looking at that photo always left me with a sour taste in my mouth, but that wasn't the right time to get lost in memories. I had a cell phone to retrieve and an investigation to continue.
Tighty whities.
The night before, I'd even been able to deactivate that paid weather service. I could finally use the phone to do what it was designed for, making phone calls.
Right, so let's get out of here now. So we need to head down to the police station. Collect bicycle, basically.
The thing to do next was retrieve Green Dart, just in case I needed to race off in pursuit of Ramos. My beloved bike had been left at the HPD the night before. To recover it, a long walk awaited me. Hey Richie, how's it going?
Hello, Lazarus.
Richard, we've been neighbors for 5 years now. What do you think about finally calling me Lars?
I like the sound of Lazarus.
There's something magnetic about it, don't you think?
Speaking of magnetism, do you still have that magnet I loaned you?
Yeah, well, you know, it's complicated.
What do you mean by complicated? You didn't lose it, did you?
No, not lost, no. I used it in a secret mission.
My magnet. In a secret mission.
Very, very secret. So secret I can't tell you anything about it.
Well, do me a favor and get it back to me as soon as possible. It's a fond family memory.
And that's what it would remain for poor Richard. A memory.
Any good news in the mailbox?
Any good news in the mailbox?
Once you could find love letters inside. Now it's just bills and a mountain of advertising. Do you even read the advertisements they send you?
No, I just use it to ignite the coal at the barbecues with my colleagues.
See you soon, too.
See you soon, Richie.
Sure, at next Sunday's residents meeting. You'll come, right?
I have a previously scheduled engagement.
Sorry, did I say Sunday? I meant Saturday.
Even worse, I have to attend a funeral.
Oh, too bad. Then my condolences.
The only one who'd die would be me if I went to another one of those stupid meetings. Of boredom.
Well, let's get going. So it's gone, obviously search his mailbox.
I was sure I would find only bills and late payment warnings. Sometimes it's better not to know, so I didn't open it.
You know, sometimes you think with the amount of money he's probably would be getting, he should be loaded basically. Right, so I'm going to head to the HPD headquarters.
I found a very bad surprise waiting for me outside the office. Those idiots in the department had pierced a tire of my beloved Green Dart. Furthermore, the bike was locked to the streetlight with its chain. We, though, probably had the keys, but for the tire, I would have to come up with something. One thing was for sure, I wouldn't leave the HPD without my Green Dart.
Right, so let's carry on. Let's speak to Wheelo.
Hey, Wheelo.
Oh, it's just you.
Who else would it be?
A government inspector, maybe? They're everywhere these days.
We are the HPD, the last place a government inspector would check.
We work for justice, so we're all clean and spotless. Is that what you think?
Actually, if we're talking about being clean, that doesn't really apply anymore. Listen, it's you has the keys to Green Dart, right?
Yes, the chief inspector entrusted their custody to me. Can you show me an identification document?
Wheelo, you don't give me the keys of my green dart right now...
I'll make an exception to the rule.
Hey, where did the second key come from? That's not mine.
The keys were delivered to me as you see them, but if you want to fill out a complaint form...
I'll keep them this way.
What the hell? What the hell happened to Green Dart?
What the hell happened to my green dart?
The vehicle has a puncture on the front tire. Not only that, it's chained to a lamppost.
Do you have any idea who perpetrated this offense?
I don't have all the necessary evidence to make an assessment. Do you want to press charges?
It'd be a waste of time. Instead, do you know where there's a bike shop around here so I can buy a new tire?
There's one 5 blocks away from here, along the promenade.
It took me 2 hours just to get here from my house. I can't afford to lose the whole day. I'll manage some other way.
Something I've always wanted to figure out is how, how Americans work out blocks. How far's a block, It's always baffled me.
It depends. Who's asking?
The President of the United States.
Very funny. I might have some more, yes.
Well, perfect. That's exactly what I need.
Don't get any ideas. I'm done giving you things for free.
Come on. Stop talking nonsense and give me some gum.
Okay. Bring me the latest edition of Play Guy and maybe we can talk about it.
That's best about it.
What? I'm alone all day down here. I have to find some way to pass the time.
Looks like I might have to spend the day running errands for this paranoid. On the other side of the street is a newsstand. I better hurry up if I don't want to waste too much time.
Let's just have a quick check of the information around that.
Bullets in Love, the box office smash hit movie of the recent months. The classic predictable thriller where at the end the killer turns out to be, spoiler alert, the main character. A fiery red sports car. I prefer two-wheeled vehicles by far, but that one just had a certain something.
Let's go to the newspaper stand over here.
Good morning, Didier.
Bonjour, détective.
You're still practicing your French, I see.
Je suis really French, detective. How many times do I have to tell you?
Come on, cut the act. Just give me a copy of Play Guy, please.
Do you plan to pay this time?
Hey, you're particularly funny today, Didier.
I cannot extend you any more credit, detective. Your account has so many zeros that I struggle to read the total.
I refuse to pay even 1 penny to do Willow a favor.
On the other hand, Inspector Burton has left something paid for you.
Seamus is really funny. Was it my fault that Ramos was a mountain of a man?
That is all for now. See you soon, detective.
By the way, your fake pronunciation sucks.
Right, so let's have a look at these now.
With his mother distracted, stealing the balloon and lollipop from the kid would be child's play. How low I've sunk. If I ever had the need for those tools, I would know where to look. Putting it in my pocket was out of the question. I'd have sullied my amazing coat. If needed, I could have used it on the spot.
Let's have a speak to Mason.
Hello.
How can I help you?
You're doing a really great job.
You can say that again, my friend. Nobody does grout work like this these days. Listen to old Tom. That's not just a wall, it is art.
If he could, that man would have exhibited his stuccoed wall in the Louvre of Paris, near the Mona Lisa.
Is that magazine yours on the wall yours?
Is that magazine on the wall yours?
Of course it's mine. What a question.
Well, this is a very difficult situation to explain. In short, I urgently need that magazine.
I understood full well what kind of urgency we're talking about. But unfortunately, I have an urgency even greater than yours. Look at those soft curves, those gentle shades.
Please, let's not get into any details.
What are you suggesting? My urgency is art. I need that magazine as inspiration for my walls. So I can't give it to you. Go to the newsstand and buy a copy like everyone else.
Well, I tried to ask him politely. Now I'd have to graduate to cunningly stealing.
That's basically what we've got to do now is steal the magazine. But because I've already done this one took me quite a while to be fair to figure out.
Yes, I would rapidly switch the covers so that the Mason wouldn't notice the disappearance of his magazine. Now I felt more at ease.
Right, so let's go back to Wheeler then.
I had nothing else to say to that.
Give him the magazine, basically.
Hey, Wheelo.
Here you are, you filthy bird. Oh, bugger.
Hey, Wheelo.
I will.
Here you are, filthy pervert.
But these were not the kinds of pecs I really wanted to see.
Take the cover off, you idiot.
Oh, now I get it.
Don't get smart. Now, I want the chewing gum we agreed on.
Right, so pretty much this is where I got up to in the
Help yourself, but make sure you're not seen. It could look like attempted bribery.
in one of the episodes where I was filming, but obviously that obviously I went to plot. Right, so let's go chewing gum onto the bike. Let's see what happens here now. See if there's anything different.
The chewing gum was exactly what I needed to fix the bike. I prayed it didn't stick to my gloves, or I'd have to spend half a day cleaning them. The chain remained the last obstacle to freedom, but fortunately, I had the keys with me.
Right, so obviously now what we've got to do is unlock the bike. And we drop some down the drain. Any money.
Ah!
Yeah, honestly.
What clumsy hands!
I had... I think I felt a twinge in my hand.
And you scored. What a shot.
Which physical law of the universe causes keys to
Murphy's
inevitably fall inside the only manhole nearby? Opening the grate with bare hands was impossible. Besides, inside it seemed empty, so I imagined there must be a long drop beneath it. I saw no alternative. To recover the key, I would need to penetrate the sewers, but this would take time. I had already wasted too much. By then, the sun was almost setting. I decided to head out immediately, hoping not to miss the appointment.
So Murphy's Law.
When I reached the place,
pretty
the
much
sun had
what
already
will go
set.
wrong, what can go wrong will go wrong.
An old, desolate alley in West Miami. I didn't know what to expect yet. I had to move cautiously.
Right, so obviously like... I'm surprised they put me in the back.
Damn cat! A TV in bits and pieces. Boxes, empty bottles of detergent, junk. Hey, are you okay? No answer. Not even a twitch or perceptible movement. Then I realized how things really were. The man wasn't breathing.
Headless.
What the?
Lazarus Bundy. Forgive this production, but I can't be with you in person for reasons beyond my control. The young Mulzberg's kidnapping is just the first piece of a complex puzzle, a plan which, if not stopped, threatens to drag all of us to our doom. I leave the responsibility in your hands, Detective. Kathrin Mulzberg must be found, and her kidnappers brought to justice. Look for my symbol.
I forced myself to interpret all this like a very bad joke. I failed. I started with the conviction to end my challenge with Ramos, and yet I found myself receiving a brand new one. The tone of that man suggested only determination, not a single trace of mockery, nor even a perceptible tremble. That guy really believed what he said. I immediately realized that he wasn't a mythomaniac. Racking my brain would have been useless, so I decided to go back home and sleep on it. Maybe the night would bring much-needed insight, and the next day I'd know what to do.
Right, so pretty much you just see what happens. So back at his apartment again, let's have a goosey gander on what he's about to say.
As was happening more and more often, I hadn't slept much, and I almost had the feeling I dreamed everything. Had I really received a bloody challenge from a lunatic with a mask? I needed confirmation, and the HPD office seemed the best place to look for it. Today's Miami Harbinger. Who knows if it might suggest something interesting.
Right guys, you know what, I'm actually going to leave it on today's episode on that one. I do hope you enjoyed the episode. I know it's been a quick one today. I do appreciate it. And I will see you in the next episode. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye bye.